What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at window cleaning buckets, rectangle buckets, circle buckets, bucket stands. This here before me, this dusty old bucket that says "washi" in the dirt. This is my first bucket ever. This is an Unger 6-gallon bucket. First bucket I ever bought when I started my window cleaning journey. It holds sentimental value to me, obviously. I got my logo on this side. It's all like torn up. And then I got my logo on this side. This was my first ever bucket. The first professional window cleaning soap I ever tried was the Unger pill. And you drop it in the bucket and it fizzes. I'm going to buy it so I can demonstrate it because I'm doing all the soaps. But you drop it in, and I was so green at the time when I first started that I didn't know that you were supposed to put a slip agent in it. So I was using it just like that. I was getting like jitters and stuff, but I didn't understand why. And I was just so uninformed. Everything I learned from YouTube. So at the beginning, it was like every day, every mistake that I made, that's how I learned. I'd go out, I'd do it. Like I watched a bunch of window cleaning videos, and Keith Kalfas on the business side of things, and I learned it by watching it every single day, all day. And then I went out and started my business, and I would go out, try to do the windows, fuck up, and then I would go home and like search like how to fix that mistake. Like, getting jitters or getting this or getting that, whatever. And I would learn day by day from YouTube. And that's literally how I learned how to clean windows. So this got some real sentimental value to me. But that's the 6-gallon Unger bucket. I don't use it a lot at all. I haven't used it in like 9 years. But like I said, it has sentimental value. This is the Ettore circle bucket. Now, I come from, my wife come from a family of window cleaners, and her grandfather, father, and uncle all used Ettore. They all used these circle buckets, and they would put all of their tools in the water, in the bucket. Like, I mean, everything. The razor, it's crazy. They'd reach in and just get like a little razor blade. They'd like cut themselves. It was crazy, insane. And my wife's uncle came and worked for me for a couple of years, full time, every single day with me. And we were going into multi-million-dollar mansions. I mean, like $17 million mansions, huge estates. And this dude's trying to walk in the door with this bucket, and I was like, get the hell out of here. Because he'd reach his hand in to like search for a scrubber or squeegees or whatever else the hell he had in there. Soap was in there. Everything was just all in one bucket floating around the water. And he'd pull his arm out and it'd be dripping everywhere. I'd be like, dude, you are not doing that in this house. Hell no. And he came from a generation of window cleaners. He started when he was 17. He was like 65. He's been doing it over almost 40 years. And, he never wore booties on his feet. He had never been exposed to like the professional aspect of like window cleaning. You know what I mean? He never even wore like a company shirt. Like he had my company shirt, and he was like uncomfortable in like a college shirt. I had to go and get him a t-shirt with my logo on it because he was like, the collar, it like makes my neck itchy. It was insane. It was an experience. Anyway, this is, I'd probably say, like, unless you're in like high rise, you're using like a 5-gallon bucket or a bucket like this. Like, I know a couple high-rise guys who use buckets like this too. But I really wouldn't recommend the circle bucket. Like, I understand the guys who have to use it because it's like, it works for what they're doing as far as like storefront work or high-rise work. But if you're like a residential guy, if you're a dude who, is going to restaurants and stuff, I would not recommend this unless maybe if you have one of those like bucket tool belts around it where you can put like all your tools. But just keeping your water, your tool floating around the water is not ideal. So, you know, I've never been a big fan of the circle bucket. Next is the famous black Pulex bucket. Everyone always asks me, like, because they didn't realize it wasn't Mormon. They were like, yo, I looked on WCR, I looked all over the place, and like, I couldn't find this bucket. And, you know, Mormon does have a black bucket, but I think it's only sold like over in like the UK and stuff. But this is the Pulex bucket. But because it has like the blue handle and stuff, you know, a lot of people, I think, thought it was Mormon. But no, this is the Pulex bucket. This is one of my favorite buckets. You know, I get some Sorbo stickers on that side, Mormon on this side, WCR, leave you spotless. Support your local window cleaner. Hashtag I use Mormon, and I'm a window cleaner. What's your superpower? These are cool. Window cleaning is my cardio. A Mormon, tested and approved by me. So these are all fun stickers. I get the bigger Sorbo sticker. I just don't have it on here. You know, eventually all the companies that I do like one year one brand with, like, they're gonna get a spot on the bucket, and eventually we'll have all the companies on there, which will look really cool. So this is kind of like my classic bucket. I love this bucket. This is like my regular go-to. But right now, what I have been using for the past couple weeks is the Mormon bucket with the bucket organizer. And I absolutely love it. I just used it on a residential the other day. I managed to put my clips on both sides. So now I have my full setup. I got my gecko in here. I got my 18, my 22, my 10, and my 14 all in the bucket. Got my razor here. My 6-inch flick pad with the 6-inch channel in here. Got my full bottle of squeeze. Got my favorite towel, the Mormon bamboo. And you know, this is sort of like a presentation piece. I also keep a regular tip in here. Just, I don't know, you never know. But, you know, this is kind of like my display piece. Like, I'm not really pulling that out. I usually have one on my hip. But I like this. This is my favorite towel. Because it has this rough bamboo right here, and you can buff things off the window. I just got everything that I need, and I don't have to wear a tool belt. So I like it. I like it a lot. All right, moving on to probably one of the best buckets on the market. This is the bucket that saved my life. If you can see these legs here, when you put it down, it folds right open. And this is a Sorbo quadrupod. Now, I'm going to bring this down here for a second. As you can see, the legs fold up when you pick it up, and they stretch out, and it rolls when you put it down. Now, using bigger applicators with a bucket like this, you use a sponge. And what you do is you would dunk this end, and then you could dunk this end. But what we normally do is we'll put one end in there, and then we'll just sponge the water onto it. This is one of the most absorbent applicator sleeves out there. I believe he used polyester, I want to say. But it's a very, very, very absorbent sleeve. Holds a lot of water. Really, really like it. I have a Cobra flipper, which is obviously made out of the same material. And you know, the amount of windows that I can wet with one dunk with the flipper, which is just like one side of the applicator sleeve, was absolutely amazing. If you haven't checked out that video, go check out the Cobra Flipper video. So this is a Sorbo quadrupod. You can put your squeegees in here, your 36-inch, or any of your larger squeegees. You'll have what you need here on the sides. And then you have on either side of the bucket, you can put your pole right in here. And if you use the Sorbo California Dream pole, it fits in here perfect. When I first got it, I was using the Zero Trad, and it would pop out. Like, it wouldn't fit in there. It was just a little bit too thick for it. And that's because it was designed to work with the California Dream pole. So I'd have the Sorbo California Dream in there, and it would stay in there even when you pick it up, you put it down. It was just perfect. I had all my tools here. I had my big applicator here. I would use the Sorbo Soap and Glide, which has no suds. So you could also use this sponge after. And Sorbo taught me that Glide really shines the metal frames at the bottom of your commercial accounts. So I would use a sponge, and I would soak up the water, but it would shine them up so nicely. So that was just a little tip that Sorbo taught me. And now the last bucket is the Sorbo Reef Cart. And this is like the four-wheeler of window cleaning buckets, okay? It's got all-terrain tires. Check that out. Kick them tires. All-terrain tires. This thing can go over curbs. I really highly recommend this if you're doing like a lot of walking. You don't have to carry your bucket. Keep all your tools in the in the bucket, and you don't have to carry anything. It rolls over curbs. This swings back and forth, so your water level will go like that, and then when you after like a second, it goes straight again, and your water doesn't spill out or anything. It's beautiful. It's great for landscape. If you're doing a residential that has like mulch beds and stones, this will roll right over it. It's beautiful. It's really a beautiful design, and it's one of my favorite buckets. This bucket here, this bucket for just like your everyday commercial use, is one of the best. I mean, this thing rehabilitated my shoulder when my shoulder was at a place where it was just blown out and I didn't know how much longer I could clean windows. This bucket brought me back, like just using Sorbo's methods, using the bigger squeegees, the bigger applicators, not having to carry a bucket anymore. It just changed the game and gave my body the well-needed break that it needed, because I was breaking my body down. And I tell you guys that, like all you experienced window cleaners and stuff, I'm telling you guys, because I know. I've used the same tools as you for years. Like, I know how bad your body gets beat up, especially if you're making money in this game. For us guys who are owner operators who are making multiple thousands of dollars a month, you know what I mean? Like 10,000+. That's a lot of windows to clean, man, by yourself. It's no joke. Like, you can make a great living, you can buy a house, you can do all this stuff, but you're gonna kill yourself. Understand that. You're gonna beat the crap out of yourself. You're gonna kill yourself. It's not easy. It's discipline, and you sacrifice a lot. And I made the decision 6 years ago to buy this house, and it's completely and totally added 2 hours each way on my commute. That doesn't include like going job to job. That's just like getting to Boston from where I live, coming home from where I live. It's it's been brutal, and it's added so much strain to my life, to my family life, to my business, to everything. You know what I mean? And, you know, my wife wanted the country life. She wanted to come out here. And as a good husband, I wanted to make her happy and give her what she wanted. And I did, but it was to my detriment. And, you know, I made a decision to sell my house. I have like $250,000 in equity. So, you know, I bought at the right time. I'm cashing out at the right time. I'm moving back to Boston next month. And, you know, I'm going to be in the heart of my service area again. And I'm going to go hard. And now I'm going to have all this money backing me. I'm going to buy a brand new vehicle. I'm going to get the most efficient setup with automatic hose reels, a tank, a new water fed pole system. You know what I mean? I'm going to invest my money in being the most efficient and ergonomic that I can be. And, you know, that's where I want to be at this stage in my life and in my career. And, you know, down the line, I'll do what I should have did, which was buy multifamily property. But right now, I'm just focusing on the business. That's it. I need to go back to Boston, go back where it all started, and go harder than ever. And, you know, that's what I'm planning on doing. So get ready to follow the journey. But this was just a quick look at all the different bucket stands and buckets, circle buckets, square buckets, bucket organizers. Give you guys a great idea of, you know, what you can do, what works best for, you know, whatever scenario you may be in, and whatever stage in your life. And, you know, I'll tell you guys right now, the lathe cart, the quadrupod, you experienced window cleaners out there who have been in this game a long time, you know, I'm telling you, I know your body hurts because you're doing the same thing that I am. And, you know, I'm saying this to help you, not to be like, see, like, it's got nothing to do with that. Like, I'm trying to help you. You know, this will relieve a lot of the pain that you experience. I'm telling you, it's, you know, just give it a couple weeks not having to carry a bucket and you're going to see a difference. You know, you don't even have to change over the completely Sorbo setup. But, you know, the Mormon setup as well, you're removing the need to, you know, take you're just scrubbing, flicking back, and then you're getting detail-free results. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's eliminating so many steps. I don't have to take my applicator off, put a squeegee on, or any of that, or detail. Like, major steps are being removed. So, you know, this is the most efficient setup on the market today in the game. You know, despite what you've heard, what guys have said and all this stuff, like, they're wrong. Like, straight up, they're wrong. And, you know, it's no lie that many of you guys will message me and you'll be like, but so-and-so said the spray ray was like a toy and that this tool sucked. And what do you mean? It's like they can't believe that these tools are actually good. Like, for every single tool review that I've done of Mormon, I've shown you guys, you know, what their uses are, why they're useful. I'm not just saying, hey, this thing, you know, I'm showing you guys, I'm using it every single day and showing you how I'm finding the best application with it. Like, you know what I mean? The proof is in the pudding. You know, that's just, it is what it is, you know, and it's just sad that, you know, many of you guys have listened to these guys who have these large followings, and because they said something, when you hear someone say something different, you're like confused. You're like, what do you mean? Like, it can't be true. That's why I tell you guys, go and try these products for yourself. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anyone. Like, go and buy these tools yourself and find out for yourself. You know what I mean? Then you'll know who's being real and who isn't. So, you know, that's all I got to say about that. But